Hi everybody, Pai-Chan here, and today I'm gonna be making the pants for my Duo cosplay for the convention I'm going to, not next weekend, but the weekend after that. So I'm kind of in a little hurry with that. And before I get started with the video and everything, I'm sorry for not doing a review on Friday of an anime. A few things were happening and I didn't have time to um, watch the watch the anime, let alone do a review. And I didn't want to just rush through a review of a movie, and it not turn out as well as I had hoped. So with saying that, let's get on with the video, and I will come back at the end to explain a few things I did with some of the clips that kind of cut out and didn't record for some reason. I don't know why.
Alright, well here I am getting situated on the floor, and of course I had to wave to the camera. Well, sorry about it being so dark, I just noticed that. But all I'm doing here is just pinning out the right here I'm separating the pieces out before I get them pinned. And there I'm just pinning the pants. Well, I first put, I forget whether that's the front or the back, but I kind of faced them face to face. I think this is the front that I'm pinning right here, and there you go, the back. And I know I go a pretty far distance away. You can't really see what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm just pinning stuff down. And if anybody's wondering, yeah, the first piece was the front. The back top piece there, I didn't want the seam there, so I just kind of eyeballed the seam allowance for that and pinned it straight on there and cut them both out as one piece. And like I was saying, if anybody's wondering why I'm cutting out on the floor, why I cut out on the floor, we don't really have a place specifically for cutting stuff out. So it's just, the floor for me is just the best place to do it. And with the bigger pieces, I'm showing to save them out for other pieces that sometimes take just one, like this here for the belt loops, which I lost the footage of me actually cutting them out. And any excess of the tissue paper here, these pieces are just, well, most of them anyway, are just in a rough cut. And with you seeing me tossing it to the side, I wound up having a little scrap pile. And also, yeah, there I was just seeing and found that piece, I forget which one it was. I think it's the cover for the lining for one of the sides of the zipper. I forget which one it is. Yeah, it's like the one that has the little curve in it. And if you're wondering, yes, I did purposely leave the side over there on the pants uncut so that I could it wouldn't affect the shape of the pants when I finally get down to it. And here I am unfolding that so that I could get the other piece that only needed one cut out of it, which is the zipper cover for when I do the zippers. And yes, there is a working zipper in these pants. I will show you that later. We'll get to that later when we get into the sewing. And I did that. And here I am just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this to get the shape right. And there I was, because I needed to line up the crotch seams, or where that one point is, I kind of needed to line those up so that I could do that right, so I had to flip it over to the same side. And this here is just so that is because I have another piece that I use for the ankles with that. Now with this, next I'm just smoothing stuff out and showing you that I'm gonna be doing the shape like I'm just kind of tracing the shape with some, well, I'm getting them more lined up. And here in those red pieces are the pieces that I'm using for the sides of the ankles. I was going to do them for that, and what I'm using to trace there is some Taylor's chalk. And I have a picture, well, there I showed you that I put a picture on my phone that has Duo on there so that I could get the shape of the pants as closely as I could. Now, for those of you that are wondering, it was pretty warm and you're wondering why I'm wearing the t-shirt. It's so that I don't offend anybody. Yeah, and there I'm just thinking about that. But it's so that I don't offend anybody by what was on the back. I'm wearing a breast cancer, for a breast cancer march there, but the name of the group that I was with, some people might associate it with a gang or something. And there I was, that was for the pockets. I wanted working pockets. And here I am about to get it for the pocket, about to cut out for the pocket so that I could get them working right. Just for those of you, well, that's the main lining piece. I didn't do one of the pieces since I'm using the same fabric to actually hide where it, there I kind of screwed up on how I was doing it. But as you saw, I flipped the pattern piece over and I fixed my mistake. And I wanted bigger pockets so that I could hold my phone and my wallet in them without making it super obvious. But I had to fix the shape of the pockets so that it would go right and line up at the end. And I just aligned it with that, and that was 4 pieces. I removed 2 pieces so that I could line it up with that pocket seam so that I could use those as one of the other pieces. And I just put the actual pattern piece there so that I would know which piece it is. But like I was saying, with the back of the shirt, I didn't want to offend anybody because people might have thought it was for a gang or something. Okay, now over to the machine and another day, and that piece was part number 1. And here I am marking the left and the right side, though I kind of messed up. I got them backwards. I'm not sure, looking through, I'm not sure if I showed that, me fixing that later, but all I'm doing here is just sewing the front, where pretty much the opening of the pocket so that they can actually be useful. And with the shirt, it's a shirt that I just sleep in, so don't be offended if there's holes under the arms. It's a pretty old shirt. And that cup that I think you saw me move, that's just for like the snippets and stuff so that I don't have to toss them on the floor. And with this now, I'm top stitching it so that it lays down right and stays laid down right. And here's the other part of the pocket, the back part, and you'll see something that I did here in a moment. And this is me noticing I messed up. Yeah, make sure you've got them facing the right way before you actually sew them, before you actually sew any pieces, like I did. like I did with the next piece of, like I did with the next pocket, so that I didn't have to seam rip the seam yet again. That was actually pretty annoying. And if you're wondering about the thing with my lip or whatever, yeah, here I am fixing it. I flipped it over to the other side. And if you're wondering about the thing with my lip, I bite my lip when I'm concentrating, or sometimes I stick out my tongue. That's just something that I do. So don't worry about it. I'm not trying to chew off my lip. This is just like 10 times normal speed. And here I am just, I think this is where I'm tacking down the raw side so that they actually wind up getting into the seams when I actually put the pants together, and when I put the fly in for one of the sides. Oh, I'm not quite sure where I'm at here. I didn't see me grabbing another piece, so I know I'm not working on the fly yet. I think I was working on the other piece. Yeah, that's where I noticed that I got them the wrong way. And that is important for when you're putting the fly in. Okay. If you heard that buzz just now, my phone went off, so don't worry about it. And that was where I was sewing up the seam that goes between your legs so that I could get, yeah, I sewed up where the zipper was and I'm having to seam rip it. I knew I would have to do that, but that was just so that I could get it right for actually getting the part that does not have the zipper in it. And there I showed you that I pulled out the zipper foot from the little compartment that was there. And here I am measuring the zipper to the thing, and I found out that it was a little too long, so there I am marking it so that I could fix it right here. And all I'm doing is doing a whip stitch right where I had made that mark, so that I'm doing a few whip stitches, which is just like up and around where the teeth are, so that the zipper cannot go down past that point. And there I am putting the pins in so that I could sew that. And dealing with this later on while I was doing that, I had something happen because I didn't realize what needles were on the machine. Now here I am preparing the zipper guard. I did this seam allowance there, and those scissors were dull, by the way. So you do that, and then you flip it. And here I had it on a zigzag stitch where one side went into the material and one side just went barely outside, and it's called a faux overlock stitch to help that piece from fraying. And I was doing this because a big bunch wound up going there, and I actually did this twice because this first one was a really small stitch, so I made it a bigger stitch so that I thought, just to make sure it would hold well, because we usually use a pretty small stitch. And yes, as you saw there, I was checking the instructions. So don't be afraid to do that. This is actually my first time making anything that resembled jeans, and these are pretty much just jeans with a different shape to them. Though with the zipper, the zipper is kind of exposed because I didn't have it in far enough. And there I found that I had to clip the zipper. I didn't want to, just in case I messed up, but I had to anyway, and I did that below where I had put those stitches on there so that that little piece would not so that the zipper wouldn't come off of the zipper thing wouldn't come off. And here I'm not sure if I showed it, but I will show you something because I had a little bit of a mishap because I did, like I said, because I didn't realize that there was just a universal needle on there, not the type of needle that I'm going to show you here in a moment. Yeah, I had to change the needle because that was a jean needle that I showed you. The universal one that was on there pretty much literally exploded on me. There was, the needles are usually about a good, I think about 2 inches or so. There, or something like that. Pretty good size. There was only 2 pieces that were about a quarter of the size, the part that was in the machine and the part that was actually in the material at the time. The other pieces weren't even a centimeter. So I did that and I fixed it up. This one, you can't really tell what I'm doing, but I'm just, yeah, there, I was finishing putting in the zipper. With this is the back piece, and I just, right here, I'm just sewing down the back of the pants. You don't have to worry about anything else with that. And here I am doing the, putting the pants together so that I could just sew right down the outside seam of the pants, both sides. And I find this the easiest way to, pretty much you do the seam that goes between the legs, you get all that done, including the zipper and everything, and then you do the outside seams. The outside seams, and then after you get both of those done, you do the seam that goes one full seam up on the inner seam, up one leg and down the other, just one continuous seam. And what I was talking about before, some people call it the first one you do that I was doing on the back of the pants. Some people call it the crotch seam, some people call it the seat seam, but but that's what it is. And yes, I know the sewing machine is moving. Okay, I know there was some lost footage there. I'm not sure what that was, but here I am just putting on the second, I think I'm putting on finishing up putting on the waistband here. Yeah, I'm finishing up putting on the waistband. Okay, looking at the last one, it looked like I was actually, I had just finished putting on the first seam of the waistband, but I'm not completely sure. And yes, I know I missed sewing on the belt loops and all that. And this, I had taken off the part, I had folded over the bottom twice and just hem the pants, and you're done.
Alright, so as you saw, there were 2 clips that didn't really there were 2 places that didn't really capture the footage, which the first part was me doing the first seam for the waistband here, and that was just me doing a simple seam around, well, there was actually 2 times where I messed up, and then a third one, it would have been just too tedious to show you, and it would have gotten pretty repetitive, but I'll go into that in a minute. And then with the belt loops, pretty much all I did with those was folded in the end and then folded the piece in half and then cut it into pieces to do the belt loops here, or as I said, carriers. And I decided to have a little bit of fun with the ones on the back since you can't really see them anyway, and I put them into an X here. I'm not sure if it's picking it up very well, but there's the top one right there, and then the bottom one there. and they go in an X. I've got another pair of pants that do that, and I like the way they turned out. So as you can see, I got the shape of his pants right, as you'll see with a picture right here. So I got them pretty well, and I have tried them on, and they do fit very well. The boots that I'm going to wear, the pant legs fit into them. They're a little snug, but that's what I wanted anyway. But I still had to fold I would have rather not have to fold the ankles over, but what can you do? It turned out well. And with what I did, I have working buttons on here, and I actually sewed around the buttonholes by hand because I couldn't get the machine one to work right because I've got the 4-step and it was just a little confusing for me. So I practiced a few times on a scrap piece. Well, actually, here's the 2 times that I practiced. One here. This other hole here isn't finished off. That one I actually did another little experiment with. And here's the other practice that I did. And as you can see, they turned out fairly well. And I tested it on this inner button here because this is the biggest one that I would do. There we go. Pull that back a little bit. This button here was the biggest one I could use. And I did test it on another pair of pants that used the same size of sorry, clipping a thread that I found after that unraveled a little bit after I washed them. So it did help. It did work, and I did try it. I did try them on. Oh, I think twice through the whole. Actually, 3 times because I adjusted this seam here and the seams down at the bottom. Well, that's it for this week, and sorry if I'm not sure if with the voiceover there's actually going to be any background noise because I've got, for those of you who know, you probably saw him jump up on the counter behind me in the intro here, but Raito's out of the room right now just running around, so there might be a little extra noise in the background because he's not being calm, like up on my bed or something like that. Actually, speaking of him, here he is right now, right up on my lap. So, as you see, he's out, and my mom's dog is over there eating some food. So, while I'm doing the voiceover, you might have heard them kind of squabbling a little bit or background noise. Don't worry about it. Like I said, he's out. He's roaming around. So with that explanation over with, as always, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos coming soon. And hit the little notification bell if you've been missing my videos. I'm still not sure if the YouTube glitch is fixed or something. I've never had a problem personally with it, like with my other one, which is where I do most of this. This is just like, this one I'm just kind of doing is, I don't have any subscriptions or anything on this one except for my other channel. And so you do that and you'll get notified by your email that is connected to your YouTube account, and it might send a notice to your phone when you upload videos, if you have that function activated. Well, with that, if you want to contact me, my DeviantArt and Twitter account will be down in the description, so go check them out. Well, thanks again, everybody. See ya!